Capgras syndrome is one of the 4 syndromes that are known under delusional misidentification syndrome. Capgras syndrome is also known as imposter syndrome and Fagoli syndrome. It is a psychological condition where a person has an irrational belief that someone they know or recognize has been replaced by an imposter. Someone may accuse a spouse of being an imposter of their actual spouse. It was discovered by Joseph Capgras, a French psychiatrist, in 1923. It is commonly associated with Alzheimer's disease. It can also alter your sense of reality and your memory. Also, there can be episodes of Capgras syndrome in someone with schizophrenia.
Symptoms people experience with Capgras syndrome is that they act their normal selves around everyone except the person they believe is the imposter. The biggest symptom of this syndrome is that the person affected is completely convinced that someone close to them has been replaced with a double or their prior self. This belief can cause the person that is being affected to act violently towards the supposed imposter.
Is that you?
It's me. It's really me.
That's my daughter. Let me see her.
Yes.
Mom, tell them what Jeff did to me. How he hurt me.
Oh, baby. I'm sorry. Where did you go? I went looking for you.
He put me in that room. No one gave me any food.
Sweetheart. I didn't know. Jeff said you were fine. Some other girl came to stay.
Why did you stop loving me?
No, baby. I love you with all my heart.
I love you too.
No. You are not Rose.
Yes, I am.
You tricked me, you little bitch. She's not my daughter. Go away. You're not my daughter.
There are many ways that Capgras syndrome can be caused, some of which are lesions, atrophy, or cerebral dysfunction. Acute brain injuries can cause someone to have these symptoms due to the back of the right hemisphere getting damaged. This hemisphere is known for the processing of facial recognition. It could also be a problem with processing information or perception, which is due to missing memories.
Capgras syndrome affects the family and the people involved. It has an emotional effect on the loved ones dealing with someone who has Capgras. It is more common in women than men. The ratio is 3-2. This is more commonly associated with people with Alzheimer's and schizophrenia.
One specific case of Capgras syndrome was with a 40-year-old woman that was convinced that her daughter was taken by social services and replaced with an imposter. The 40-year-old woman also reported that she gave birth to twins, but the hospital only documented one daughter. She had shown up to her daughter's school refusing to pick her up and screaming that it was not her daughter and that someone had taken her and replaced her.
There is no cure for the syndrome, but they have found medications that may relieve the symptoms for a little while. If Capgras happens when a patient has schizophrenia, there are not many options for the doctors. Medications can help, however, trying to treat schizophrenia first before attacking Capgras will end up fixing the Capgras episodes as well. The medications that can be used to treat Capgras is cholinesterase inhibitors, which boost neurotransmitters involved in memory and judgment. You can also treat Capgras with therapy and surgery if there are brain lesions present. The best way to help the syndrome is to create a welcoming environment so they feel safe, reminding them of major life events.